Welcome, everybody, to another live edition of our roundtable right here in our studios from Inside Out. I'm your host, Jay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being here, as always. And we have a very interesting show for you guys tonight. At least I believe so. And I guess you guys can see in the the title description of this video, we're going to be talking about the pen pal situation. And a lot of you know what that is. And we're going to get into details here tonight with that. And share some things that, obviously, like everything else, believe it or not, pen pals has its ups and downs and do's and don'ts with anything. So we're going to break that down too as well, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Before we do that, though, however, I want to give a major shout out to everybody in the chat tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and start down the list and start with Tin Man. How's it going, Tin Man? Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you too as well. Hope you're doing good over there. And, of course, I got in here a little bit earlier before the live hit, and I said, hey, guys, thanks for being here. Absolutely, because you guys are what make this podcast, awesome in so many ways. And then, of course, Tim gets in here real quick and says, battery is 22%, so don't know how long I'll be here. I'll try to get it plugged in soon. No problem. Thank you very much. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, before I go any further with the chat and all of that, please welcome Tammy to the show to help us do the podcast. How's it going, Tammy? How you doing?
Hi, Jay. How are you? I'm doing okay.
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you as always.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Yeah, and then of course I'm doing the chat right now, so bear with me. And then of course I got in here earlier too before the live, and I said please hit and smash that like button plus share. Thanks. So absolutely, I need you guys to obviously hit and smash that like because it gets it up there so people can find us, and it benefits everybody.
I want to share all the interesting information, not just on this topic, but a lot of topics. And we've had a lot of followers that reach out that do have similar situations or specific needs. And we may not be doing that podcast for that night, but I can refer them or you can.
Yeah.
And we're able to educate people. And I think that is so important. This show is a little bit more on the entertainment side, but also I did get some stuff that I just can read out, at some point in the show that's pretty interesting information to protect their loved ones and protect themselves. Because the pen pal stuff, yes, it's funny, but there's also another side, more serious, dark side to it. So, like I said, I know we had talked about doing a 2-part series. So,
yeah, it might end up being that way because of all the data that's involved in this. So it might be. So, but it's interesting because what was it? I never thought. Yeah, right. I never thought the pen pal scenario would be such a major issue because, like everything else, like you heard in my intro, it has its ups and downs with this, and it's crazy to think that people would actually.
It's a lot more involved than I ever imagined. I talked to a couple of formerly incarcerated people today and last night. We had a major cell.
How you doing, Vicky? Thank you so much for being here. Sorry, Tam, I'm cutting you off. Thank you, Vicky. I just got to say hi to everybody.
Hi, Vicky.
And then Tim Man said, welcome, Vicky. And then, sorry, Tam, I'll get back to you a second here. Yeah. Texas Mom said, hello, lovelies. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you as well. And then Vicky said, hi, Tammy. So everybody's good to go. We're good. So go ahead, Tammy. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. We need to address everybody. So the thing was, I talked to a couple of formerly incarcerated, both male and female, that I talked to pretty constant to learn things and educate myself. And so I got a whole little bit of list of things that I wrote down that is kind of like a guide for someone like myself, or like when your wife was there writing you, that you have that support. And my husband has that support, but sometimes it's brothers and sisters and people that don't know how the system works. And there's a whole identity theft ring that works on the outside and the inside, and they work together and they get all hooked up in it. COs are in some
Well,
COs. I need to watch myself on that. Some COs are involved in it,
yeah,
and it's a big money maker. There's a whole thing with some of the
it,
gangs that they make money,
yep.
affiliated, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, affiliations that they make money. It's a whole thing. And people, like one of my friends is out in California, and he said that they actually do home invasions. Like
Hmm.
it's that scary, that important, that there are some certain little tips that we can give out to help people stay safe. So our
Wow.
show, all of us as a team, you, me, all of our
All of
group,
us.
all of us, the information that we share in the chat and up here on the panel is so valuable. And it
Yeah.
makes you want to write a big handbook. And I know they have things like that out there, but there's so much misinformation. And there's so many people,
Yeah, you're correct,
yeah,
Tammy. There's a lot. Yeah, you're absolutely correct, Tammy. There's a lot of misleading information, false stuff that's being, put out there. What we're talking about tonight. It's a big scam. It makes them look bad. The pen pal scenario. Whoever started that whole thing, they got a lot of stuff on their backs. Because it really makes them look good, but it also makes them look bad. There's a laundry list of different things, and I can't believe people will take advantage of something that had some good, good-hearted situations with it. Like pen pals was a good thing, but now it's being ruined. You know, so but I
yeah, it
totally
can be
understand.
terrible. I mean, it just like there's a man, I believe he's in Australia or the UK. I'm not sure. I was going to try and get his stuff, and maybe I will for Friday or something if we decide to do it Friday.
Okay.
But he has written over 500 inmates. He was incarcerated himself, and after experiencing the fate of incarceration,
Hmm.
he himself saw a need to be a pen pal to other people that are incarcerated in there because of all
Right.
the people that didn't have anybody. Because sometimes that's the very thing that keeps them going.
Yeah. Well, and that's because, again, like I said, I did a video on this too. Actually, one of the important things in prison to have is family and whatnot. And I was blessed. I was not to brag or anything like that. I was one of the few that actually had a support family and a group of people that loved me and respected me nonetheless. But not a lot of locked up loved ones, believe it or not, Tammy and everybody in the chat don't know that. So it's sad because like some of these people don't have people like that, so it's a blessing. Rose is in here. Tammy, say hi to Rose. Oh, I was wondering about pen pals. I want to write to Brittany Zamora. Yeah, and this is a great show for you, Rose, to get educated on, so I'm glad you're here. Hope you're doing okay in your neck of the woods. And she's a pretty big skip across the pond where she's at, but thank you so much, Rose, for being here. I appreciate you. And then, of course, Tammy said, yes, Rose, so many people need that. Absolutely. And Texas Mom said, yes, very much so. So, if do you want me to start some of the videos first, or do you have something else you wanted to add real quick, Tammy, before getting into the data?
Well, I can go in. I can go into this, the stuff that I found out. If you want to, if you think we have enough time, can do
Oh, I
that
don't. I
quick.
mean, it's everybody. It's everybody's show, not just mine. So I don't care.
These are just tips, guys. You can write them down, jot them down if you want to know. I'll try and post them somewhere with Jay. He can maybe post them on his site, whatever. Um, but so pen pals, there's a whole, like I was talking about, identity theft ring, and what they do is they'll try and get the IDs of the people they're talking to, and they get a niche in, and then they pass that off to somebody on the outside who then gets access to their financial records, and then it's game on. And
Mhm.
then they get paid for those leads. And
Wow.
for the incarcerated people, you never want to give out your DOC number or your state ID number to anyone. When you're
Hmm.
calling your loved one or you're on
No.
your tablet, cover the information up,
Hmm.
because if they get, what'll happen is, say a man is married or has a girlfriend, the girlfriend will be on the phone with the loved one, The loved one will say, hey, I got to go to the bathroom or something. Do you want to hold or do you want me to call you back? No, honey, just go to the bathroom, do whatever you're doing. And then the other inmate will actually pick up the phone. Oh, man, he's talking to other women in here. He's doing da-da-da-da-da. And they try and hook you, the other person on the outside, into them so that they can then proceed to get you to buy commissary for them and dump the celly or whoever it is. They'll do
Right.
that, or they'll extort. Do not ever, ever, and I had to teach my husband this. Do not ever give your loved one's phone number out. They get your phone number, they can then pass it off to somebody on the outside who can then track down who you are by your phone number, and they can track down where you live, what you do. There's a whole website. There's some websites designed exactly for that kind of thing, that they can go in through your phone number and they can find out where you work, what you do, where you spend your time, what social media you're on, and they will find you and they can hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of this is criminal in nature, guys. It's very important. Never
Yeah.
share your tablet.
Yeah.
Do you know?
You always want to keep,
Yeah,
you're
go
correct.
ahead.
No, you're correct, Tammy. Absolutely. You want to always make sure that you're not giving out, guys, your personal, very, very personal information, because it can cause a major domino effect, if you get my drift. So, Curtis is in here. How's it going, Curtis? Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Curtis.
Yeah, and then Rose said, hey, Curtis, Tin Man, and Tam, and Jay. Thank you so much, Rose, for being here.
Aw.
We see you. Thank you so much for being here. Tin Man said, you have to put in it all. I'll try that again. You have to put it on all your envelopes. It's also on all receiving envelopes. Yeah, you're correct. And 1 second here. I'm getting sidetracked here. Jay, I need advice. Okay, Curtis, what's your advice? Go ahead and put it in
He
either
says
chat.
he needs your advice, Jay. He says, Jay, I need advice.
I'm here.
You.
Okay, I don't know if he wants to do it here or a private call. I don't know. I have been so tied up all day. I couldn't call people or return calls, and I'm sorry for not calling you back last night, Tammy. So
It's okay. It happens. So, Jay, on Curtis, I would say reach out to Jay. Text him or something. I'm sure he can do it that way, right, Jay?
Yeah, he can text me either here, but it's I can read the text on my phone and whatnot, but it's hard to do both here at the same time. Yeah. See, I don't know what this says. I think it says Tam or Texas Mom. How are you? Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into that. I got a couple of videos coming from what was, I think it's Facebook. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and show these videos real quick, and then we'll get back in the chat, guys, real quick. So just bear with me here. Here we go. All right. Again, this, why is it? Is it muted or not muted? Let me double play this and see if it's working here. Okay, anyways, let's watch the video, and then we'll go from there.
So, is he engaged with stay? You're both losers. You must not have a father in your life. Hi, I'm Jade, and I'm married to someone in prison. I am a stay-at-home dog mom, and my husband is the main provider for our household. I saw him on a prison pen pal page. It was called prisoninmates.com, and I decided to write him. We have been together since 2018. I wrote him in 2017, finally met him in 2018. In October of 2018, we decided to get married, and we've been together for 4 years. Chris is in prison for burglary and identity theft. He has been in prison since 2014. He will get out in 2024. He's definitely not proud of it, and he knows that, but I'm a firm believer that, people make mistakes, and, gotta forgive. What do your family and friends say about your relationship? They were not very thrilled with the idea at first, but after meeting him and getting to know him, they love him just as much as I do. I would say, for the most part, it's pretty good. But I'm on the outside, and obviously he's in prison, so when I do things, for the most part, he does respect that. There's been times where he gets jealous or a little insecure just because he knows that, I'm around other men. My story went viral because our relationship is a lot different than most, just because I was a flight attendant and I decided to write a prisoner off of a prison pen pal page. We met, fell in love, and got married 7 months later. It's really not normal. So I could see why people would be drawn to my social media. A lot of hate mail, a lot of hate comments. I have a lot of meme pages that reach out to me to see if they can repost my videos. Does he drop the scope? Does he gay for the stay? You're both losers. You must not have a father in your life. Telling us to die. I used to delete the comments when I first started out on TikTok and Instagram, but I just leave them up now because it really does not bother me anymore. If anything, it makes us stronger. I decided to share it. I didn't even think that it would go viral. I was on TikTok. I had probably 200 followers, and I made a really cheesy video back in 2019, I think. I went to sleep, and then the next day I woke up. I had millions of views, hundreds of hate comments. I actually turned the comments off because I was like, wow, what the hell? But I also got a lot of positive comments from people saying, thank you for sharing your story. I'm in the same situation. And I think I'm a lot different than the other prison wives on TikTok just because I like to kind of make fun of myself and our relationship. And I also like to make comedic videos. And I think people like that too, that I make fun of myself. Yes, my advice to anyone with a partner in prison is don't listen to the haters. Don't let it get to you. Everyone's going to disagree with it for the most part. But, it's your life. If you love that person, then go for it.
There's that one so far. We'll come back into the chat and we'll hit the next one a little bit later. So, Tammy, what did you think about that? And everything she said in it was absolutely right. And before we go any further and before you answer that, Tammy, I want to say, what's up, Cynthia? Thank you so much for being here, Cynthia. I appreciate you. Good to see you. Go ahead.
Okay. So the whole thing is, we think about all the bad stuff all the time. So I kind of wanted to show a story that really ended up in a good way. Not all of them do. There's a lot of scams. There's a lot of bad stuff. But she actually was a flight attendant that decided to write a pen pal. And actually hit it off. He went through a lot of dramatic change while he was in there for the better. Which you probably saw it. People that did reform on their own. Thanks to God. So he did a lot of reformative work on his own. And then her family actually was totally against it. And then they ended up together and have a good life together now.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like one of those things about second chances. That's what we're all about. Our group is about second chances. So I'm going to be the last one to be judgmental on this because I believe everybody has a propensity to change and be better. I can be better tomorrow, better than I was today even.
Correct.
I can improve myself in one significant way every single day. And it's a very hard thing to do because when you do that, you have to look at your dark sides of yourself and you have to go, wait a minute, I need to fix this crap. I need to own my stuff. And I need that whole accountability piece that we did. So I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool that the two of them got together and they're living an amazing life now.
Yeah, and there should be that's how it should be, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then when you get the other stuff involved, like you were saying earlier, the scams and the
part.
Yeah, it's just it's crazy. But carry on.
It kind of reminds me of going to Louisiana, and if you go to New Orleans, they'll come up to you and they'll be like, "Hey, let me show you a trick with your shoes." And then they do this stuff on your shoes, and then they want to steal your money. They basically are like, "You owe me, bro. I did your shoe. You got to pay me now." It's a whole scam. It's if you give a weasel away, they're going to find a way to weasel you.
Oh, yeah. Any way, like with anything, and it's petty. I don't even like to even say or talk about it. It's petty because, even though, to these guys that are doing the scam part of the negative side of it, it's nothing but a hustle. It's a stupid hustle. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like,
it ruins it for everybody else, though. Yeah. Rose said, so are viewed both within and outside the system as indeemable, yet the evidence doesn't support this idea. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, Rose. Bingo. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many more people innocent in there than any of us ever imagined. I used to think to myself, um, that there were people that were like, maybe one or two, and that still irritated my nerve. Like, it kind of
Yeah.
bothered me that even one innocent person, because
Hmm.
that one innocent person could be you, it could be me,
Yeah.
it could
Yeah.
be our son or daughter or brother or sister, aunt,
Yeah.
uncle, whoever, mom, dad. It could be always, we're always one step away from the corruption. And it's so, I don't know. We have hope, guys. There's hope out there. There's people that do get second chances.
Yeah. And like I said, not to brag, but I'm living mine. So,
Exactly.
so
Like, you
it does
never did
happen.
anything wrong
No.
and you suffered for it, but you
Yeah.
trooped through it.
Yeah.
Your wife supported you. You have your family. You have your life.
Yeah.
And even though things may not always be perfect, and I wish that they were, I wish people would not be, can I just say it? I wish people would not be assholes. Could you guys
Well,
please
yeah.
spread the word to not be assholes to people
Yeah.
that are incarcerated, because you don't know their story. You don't know their court case. You don't know what happened. You weren't there.
Yeah.
I have this rule. If I didn't see it and you can't show me definitive proof,
Hmm.
then it didn't happen. Period.
Right.
I am not going off of anybody's word of mouth or BS ever when it comes to a person.
Right there.
Stop
You know,
hate speech. Stop the hate speech.
and guys, it's available right now. It's available right now if you guys like what I'm sporting here, because there's a lot of different trends, believe it or not, guys, going on right now. I'm not going to say what they are on here because they've gotten enough attention. They're getting enough clout and whatnot. Believe it or not, folks, there's a lot of trending trend type stuff going on right now. Why can't we make this a trend? Let's see if we can get this right here. Oops, this right here a trend. Let's see how far this can go.
That's right.
I just.
Everybody that can support that movement, please,
Mhm.
we'd like to see you out there supporting that and advocating.
Yeah,
Advocate
absolutely.
in the little ways that you can, if you
Yeah.
can. I mean, I know there's some people that don't, but just wearing the shirt would
Mhm.
affect a lot of people. They'll
Mhm.
ask you about it. They might even ask you, what's that shirt about, or what, you know
Yeah. Yep.
and then you get into the whole story of the movement. you know it
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
helps.
And Texas mom hit that right on the nail. Look what she said. And look at you now, giving back to others. Absolutely. I'm taking and I hope that was for me. If I don't want to take anybody's credit, that comment wasn't for me, but
Oh, it was for
just
you. She's not
okay.
directing it to me. She's
Okay, well,
definitely
I'm not
telling
trying
you.
to. I don't want to sound like I'm being selfish or greedy here, but
Oh,
nonetheless, if it
no.
was for me, let me go ahead and say this respectfully. Yeah, I'm giving back because I have the experience what I went through when I technically should never have to go through that experience. I should never have to gone through any of that. But now that I have it, it's there. I'm going to use it for what it's good for now, and now you're seeing it. Look at me. Look at us, I should say. So thank you
Hi,
so much.
Cynthia.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Cynthia's with us
Uh,
tonight.
what's that?
Cynthia is with us tonight, by the way.
I saw that, and yeah, and I appreciate her too as well. Truthful Tam said, "Kurt sending you love." Yes, we got some people in here that obviously need some prayers. I guess Timon's not feeling good. There's something in the air going around. A lot of people are kind of like down in the dumps. But I'm going to send prayers to everybody that's not feeling good or whatever got going on in your life. My prayers are going to you. Stop hate speech. Absolutely. So hashtag that, guys. Stop hate speech.
Yes, please
Absolutely.
spread the word. Yes, and like Timon said, yeah, you're a better person for it, Jay, and so is anybody that can step up,
Mm-hmm.
do the hard walk. It
Yeah,
is hard. My father used to say this to
it
me
is.
all the time: do what's right, not what's easy. Have
Mm-hmm.
lived my whole life with that motto. I have taken the hard road every time when it came to a moral issue,
Mm-hmm.
because if you sit back and you don't do anything, you're part of the problem. sitting back and bitching and doing nothing about it,
Mhm.
you're just making it worse. You've got to get up. You got to stand up. You got to fight, fight, fight. You got to
Well,
stand up, just like a lot of the shirts that have messages on them.
yeah,
When we say advocate, please stand up, we mean it. We want you to
yeah,
rise. We want you to be
yeah.
able to feel
Well,
confident. You are part of a bigger picture.
yeah, correct. And let's see, like for example, and this is nothing against my friend Curtis or anybody else in the chat, because I have a wife that kind of reminds me that I need to kind of stop dwelling on things, and she's right. I got to stop dwelling on a lot of things. I'm here to help, not dwell. And I understand that some people, it's hard to let go of certain things that happen in their life when they know dang well they're innocent. And I get it. And my good friend, which I have a lot of respect for, a lot of love and respect for Curtis, he goes through it and he dwells on it, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing or putting him under the bus. I'm saying it respectfully because I dwelled on it. And in some circumstances, I still kind of do. My wife has to stop and remind me, stop dwelling on it, Jay, because, you're not doing yourself any good. I'm like, yeah, I know. So
But
I
we
mean,
take the battles we can, right, Jay? We take the battles that we can. We
Mhm.
fight them one by one. And as we're doing that, we will find others that can help us fight the battles that we're stuck on. We don't forget them. They're there.
No, they
But
don't
we
go
have
away,
to
but
build upon each other.
yes, they don't go away, but we can't dwell on it either.
No.
Because it ruins our life. It ruins our
It
second
makes
chance.
you
It puts
bitter.
it. Yeah,
It
we
makes
just
you
got to
bitter.
we got to put it behind us. Even though it's there, it's there. We can't change it until laws are changed. Cynthia said at Curtis, that's just part of being human. Absolutely. And then of course, Texas mom gets in here and says, Curtis, we all can, hun. Absolutely. We are a team, guys. This is one heck of a huge family, and it's only going to get bigger. So don't think that you're alone in this fight, because we're not. You're not, Curtis. You're not, Tammy. You're not, Rose. You're not, Cynthia. You're not, Texas mom. You're not, Tin Man. Everybody in the chat, you're not against, or excuse me, not against. You're not alone in this situation. So always remember that. One more chat. Rose came in and said this: trauma by its nature brings back memories of bad things that have happened to us. Absolutely, and we try to not let it control our lives. Sometimes it's hard to let go of certain things, and that's what we're here for. This actually is soothing for me. Doing this show helps me and my mental capacity, and I believe it helps you, Tammy, and it helps everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it helps people. Tin Man said this: if you keep looking back, you can't see where you're going. Absolutely, because we don't drive down the road looking in the rearview mirror. That's the reason why it's so small. It's smaller than all the rest of the windows in the car. The big windows in front of you. Keep your eyes on the prize, if you will. The prize is not behind you; it's in front of you. Keep going forward.
Yes, and I have a little tip, and I don't know how much this will help, but if it helps some of you. I had a very dear friend that ran a rehab, inpatient rehab. He was the director, and he was one of my professors when I was in college. So he had this can on his desk, and he had a little slit in the top of it. And I kept watching these guys come in there and slip the piece of paper in there. And I was like, what are they doing? And he says, oh, that's my God can. I said, your what? He said, my God can.
Oh, wow.
So what I taught them to do is, we cannot control everything as human beings. Sometimes we have to let things go. There's things that we just have no control over.
No.
He said, so what I tell them to do is write down on a slip of paper that thing that is really eating at them the most, that they can't control. And I tell them to go in there and put, sorry about the background noise. I tell them to put it in the God can and give it to God.
Yep.
To let go of it and give it to God. And I'm not trying to get on too much of a religious spin. My point is, I would love to control everything. I'd like to step in and wipe the whole slate clean and fix everybody and everything. But I know I can't. I deal with the problems that I can, and the ones that I can't, I pray on, or I'll call Jay up, or I'll talk to Cynthia.
Sometimes I need you. Sometimes I need you. Right. Yeah. Sometimes I need you, Tammy, because sometimes I fall.
I don't know how much good I am for that, but hey, I'm there.
We're
But
all
you know,
we're all
the
here
point
for each
is,
other.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
point is that we are a support system for all of you.
Mhm.
I want you to know that first and
Mhm.
foremost, we're like our family, but we need to extend out those olive branches to others around us in a non-judgmental,
Correct.
hurtful way. We need to be open to the idea that good people can do bad things,
Mhm.
and that as long as
Mhm.
they recognize that those things that they did were wrong and they want to reform and they want to rehabilitate, let's assist them in getting there. If we don't have the answer, we'll find somebody who does that
I
can.
will hook you up with somebody that does have the answer.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm sorry.
absolutely. No,
Me
you're
know it
good.
all over here.
You're good. I know you're dying in the heat, so am I. It's actually cooled off a little bit tonight, which is kind of nice, but it's
It
been
was
in the 90s.
106 with the
Yeah,
heat
I
index.
saw that today when I was watching the weather on my big screen TV in my living room. I saw and it went down where you live, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I felt bad for you. I was like, oh, Tammy's cooking. Tammy's cooking.
It's because the Devil's Spawn lives down the road. I didn't know if y'all know that. I won't mention who it is, but
I ain't, I ain't gonna say nothing, but but let's go ahead and get into the other video I want to share
okay.
with you guys on the share screen, and then
This
after
one's
that,
pretty funny.
yeah, and after that, guys, it's open for open chat and open questions, comments, concerns. Let's go ahead and get into the last video for tonight, and I hope you guys really enjoy this video. Here it is. This one has some comedy behind it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Oops. Doink. All right, here we go.
They don't let people have conjugal visits anymore.
I don't know. If you have a long distance relationship, it's the same thing.
Now, you found love in prison in the 90s.
I used to have a pen pal.
A prison pen pal. They're on my algorithm. It's like prison. It's like
I
hot
had
prison.
one for so many years, and
What,
then he got out, and I got scared, and I took him back.
what was he in for?
He had a gun. He had gun possession. He had a bunch of guns in his car.
He was in for gunplay?
No, he had a bunch of guns in his car, and he got pulled over. And they were illegal guns. He's had them. He was selling them. He was selling guns.
Did you were dating an imprisoned firearms
I
dealer?
was.
How did this start?
It started on
3 a.m.
right
on
at
Friday.
prison.com.
Oh, it's like a
Right at inmate.com. I think Google what it is. It was inmate. Oh wait, inmate. It was a dating site for.
He doesn't even know what site.
I know. It's comedy.
If I'm in prison, I'm hanging
He was
on
hot.
every word.
He was
What was
hot.
his name, remember?
You can see what they're here. You find them, what they're in for. You write them, and then you get to.
I'm going to pause it right there, Tammy. I kind of like the setup, though. I like how the studio is where we're sitting on the couch and you got the microphones like that. I kind of like the dude. I want to set myself up like that. It looks better.
I know. It's pretty relaxed.
Download
Yeah.
JPay, which is the thing where you can send the money, and I have to fill out this commissary every week.
I thought JPay was the fee.
Wait, you
for
did
JPay.
this?
Oh, geez.
JPay is how you message them.
How much money? If he sent you something really dirty, would you give some extra commissary?
Yeah.
You go now. If you go now, kiss the paper with lipstick on it and give it to him.
I knew exactly what the relationship was. He wanted to get. We actually enjoyed the conversation when we talked. When he called me, we got nervous. It was
He
like,
called you.
yeah, we just call each other every week.
You were actually dating someone in prison?
Yeah, like, what?
Joey,
I never met.
What?
He's a pen pal.
is he? How old were you?
This is like last year.
It's
No,
not.
it was my 30s. Yeah,
You're for real?
I swear, my mom.
why?
I want to find this.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm a self saboteur.
That is insane.
I want someone I can't have. It's
Yeah.
like,
No, you want someone who can't.
What was that, Tammy?
I said he said self-saboteur.
Yeah.
Fucking leave.
yeah.
And if they're locked up in an 8x12,
Now
and they ain't out for gunplay charges, they ain't leaving.
Now I gave the guard Bethesda to make sure he was staying where he needed to be.
I actually had to transfer to C block halfway through.
Unbeknownst to him.
So I sent extra. What's the little noodles and water in the cup?
Ramen.
You sent a
Cup of
ramen,
noodle.
a cup of noodles. That's unbelievable.
He was in Idaho.
I'm like, I have so many questions. I don't know if I want to fucking ask them.
So I have 2 heads.
Do they how
Insecure
do they
much.
get the website?
They have time to use their.
They
He has
have-
an iPad in his room.
They can go to
Okay.
computer lab. The
They
computer
have a
lab.
computer lab, but he had an iPad in his room that you're allowed to use. That's like only connected to this site. So it's basically they're getting. I had to pay money to be able to message.
Wait, what was
Every
he
time
in
I sent a
jail for?
message, I had to
Guns?
pay.
Guns?
I had
There's
to
a
pay to have him
That's
be able
pretty
to message me.
Okay. crap.
So it's basically the government or the prison is making money off these things. That's why they have this
You ever-
iPad only allowed to that. So I had to pay every message she sent me. I had to give him money so he was allowed to text me.
You ever
So
text
it's like
him?
10. Well,
Can you send pictures?
yeah,
You ever sent 30 pictures?
I'm a lady. I would never say.
Wow.
He's gay.
Did you ever take a picture?
It gets
No.
interesting.
He tried to, but I never got to see them. I would never, the machine would never work.
The internet correction couldn't quite fix it. It couldn't figure the bandwidth of his big.
I don't remember, but
I think Nana does remember, and I think
I
she's taking a
know.
trip down memory lane.
no,
Right.
my friend, I'm not going to say her name, but you know who you are. Back in this is in the 80s or 90s, I think 90s. She had this is before the internet. She had a pen pal, and she used to write to him in this on like he was on death row. And one time he said he sent her
Loaded up.
a picture of a print of his. He dipped his in peanut butter, pressed it on the paper, opened the paper up, and showed the dick print, and then mailed that to her.
That's genius.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Yeah.
Who licked the peanut butter off?
Genius, he said.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Do
So
you guys like text back like right? If he writes you, do you write back right away?
it takes a little bit of time to take it. I can't use computer like.
It's got to be the CL has to make sure everything. The CL has to make sure everything is okay.
Seriously, and then he'd write back, and then I get the message. I get an email and write back, and then
You put on your neck.
Wait, so you just went on the website and picked him out?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like not a real marriage if you marry someone in prison, right? They don't let people have conjugal visits anymore.
I don't know. If you have a long distance relationship, it's the same thing.
You found love in prison in the 90s.
I used to have a pen pal.
A prison pen pal. They're on my algorithm. It's like prison. It's like
I
hot
have it.
prison.
I had it for so many years, and
What,
then he got out, and I got scared, and
What?
I tested back.
what was he in for?
Oh, he had a gun. He had gun possession. He had a bunch of guns in his car.
He was in for gunplay.
No, he had a bunch of guns. In his car. He was selling them. He was selling guns.
Gunplay.
You were dating an imprisoned firearms
I
dealer?
was.
How did it
Talked
start?
every day. It started on
3 a.m. on Friday.
writeatprison.com.
Oh, it's like a.
Write an inmate.com. I think it's Google what it is.
I think it's replaying now, Jay.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. My bad. All right, guys. We'll come back into the chat. Anyways, what'd you guys think about that? Thank you, Tanner, for sharing that with me.
Peanut butter. How creative. What did the guards think that was, the mailroom? Did they think it was art or what? Did they not know what
Yeah,
he was
it's
doing?
and it's typical. It's like that's typical pen pal crap.
It is. Well, even in I'm in a group that's wives, girlfriends, yada
Mhm.
yada of incarcerated individuals, a support group. I swear it's like a soap opera in that group.
Mhm.
And there will be people that write things that I'm like, you did what? Huh? So, okay, so to send pics, and everything to your loved one, right? The mailroom has to see everything, right?
Yes, they have to scan
they'll
everything now.
flag stuff, right? So
Yep.
what some of these girls have learned to do, I don't know if I should tell this. Just picture this. Do you remember back in the day when we would clip pictures from magazines and make a collage?
Yes.
And there's so much on the page, you can't really see everything. You have to go back and look a couple of times
Mhm.
before you see every individual piece on that page. Yeah, okay, y'all all feel me. I don't want to say too much. But and then there'll be women that get mad when they go to see their loved one because the COs will tell them you're not dressed appropriately. You can put this gown over you, or you can go back out and change. And they
Right.
know damn well they're not supposed to wear some of the stuff that they wear and do. And I get it. That's where the whole conjugal comes in, right? But it's
Right.
kind of funny to see this flip side of things. That is comical. The guy
Mhm.
obviously is very insecure. And
Yeah.
I'm not calling him out because we all feel that way. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. But, obviously he likes that his person was locked up because he couldn't do it. But come on, Jay, you can tell it. There's things that go on in there.
Well, I gotta be careful. Well, I know. Look, no. look. There's certain things I can or cannot say on here for YouTube's bull crap.
But we all know.
But yeah, no, there absolutely is that funny stuff going on in there. Yes.
They have their inside boyfriend and they have their outside wife.
Yep,
The
they
life.
got their hustle, no matter what kind or what it is. They have their what's the political correct word to say without trying to sound weird? They just trust me, they have it. It happens in there. Side hustles or like okay, it's not the correct term, but for this I'll say it like baby mamas.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's say you got a girlfriend, but you got another chick off the side. Let's say you got a wife, but you got another chick off the side. Yeah, yep. It's because it's more money that way for whoever you're doing it with. Just having one straight fall, or like for me, if I had my wife through my imprisonment, but that's all I had. Now I could have got more, which
Yeah,
leads
of
to more,
course, because there's
leads to more money and whatnot because my wife, believe it or not, bless her heart, was supporting me, and it's look, prison is nothing but a big dang business. That's all it is. It's a business. There's no fixing anybody in there. Let's just be honest with each other. It doesn't rehabilitate nobody. It's a business. You don't get fixed. So
That's right. That's the problem right there. It's run like a business. There's nothing about rehab or rehabilitative things. No.
correct. Yeah, that's one word that you can't use in there either. You can't say that word in prison, or you're going to get your ass beat for that. Anyways, Tammy, you said this. I definitely understand the system from time of arrest. Courts, sentencing / plea, incarceration, and parole, then harassment after time served. Absolutely, it's all process, and every one of them is corrupt. Rose hit the nail. Warehousing, yeah, we'll house anybody. And some of this, people don't even have to be in prison, but we'll put them in prison. I mean, we got people in prison for petty stuff. It's stupid. It's a business.
Let's put it this way. Let me go into this a little bit, kind of in a way that I think everybody can relate. Prison,
Go ahead.
the courts, all of it. It was a way to legalize slavery of people, enslavement. It was a way to get free labor. It was a way
Correct.
to make the families extort families that already don't have money, because obviously if they had money, a lot of the people that are locked up in there wouldn't be, because they would have hired an attorney instead of using a public pretender.
Correct.
So
Correct.
when we go into all of this, it's all about recidivism.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key right there. They want to keep people, and once Jay and I and the group get the housing going,
I can't wait.
Show them. We are going to show them. We are going to show them and prove to them that their system is so broken that our recidivism rate and our individuals, human beings, I'm going to call them what they are. They're human beings.
Right.
Are going to be treated.
Thank you,
like
Vicky, for being here. I totally understand, Vicky. Sorry again, Tammy, for cutting you off. Thank you, Vicky, for being here. I understand. I hope everything's okay. Reach out to us if you need something. We're here for you. Have a good
Love
night,
you
Vicky.
too. And so when we get and show that these human beings being treated like a human being,
Correct.
Humanizing them again, introducing them what it is to be cared about, to be shown that they have worth. That's your key right there. If you feel like you don't have worth, what do you have to lose? At the end of the day, what do you have to lose?
Nothing.
Jay, if you didn't have your wife, if you didn't have your kids, and you felt like you had no worth, me, if I didn't have my husband and I felt like I had no worth to anybody,
I couldn't imagine. I know.
I'd be done. I've been there. I know that feeling of what that feels like. I won't get into details, but I know that.
Believe me, Tammy, it sucks.
It does.
It sucks. But
and we want to prove to the world that we are not. We're not that. We're not those things that they want to say.
No.
About people that have. Some people have made wrong choices and wrong decisions.
Correct.
But who hasn't? I go back to the whole thing of show me your closet. Open your closet door. I'll show you mine.
I'd be like surprised and kind of like
Let's go.
what is it? Kind of like wow, look what's in your closet, because I know half of the people, like you were saying, half the people that I've come across in my life, I would love to go in their closet.
Oh yes.
Because man, that would be a I got you moment right there. How dare you say something bad about me when go look at your closet. So
Well,
yeah.
when the very people that are running, and I'm not going to say all wardens. When I say things, I'm not referring to everybody's stereo, because there are good wardens,
Mhm.
there are good COs, there are good captains and sergeants and
Mhm.
majors and all that crap. Listen, though, when I see them getting busted on a regular basis for doing criminal acts, I think the one thing that hit me so hard, and I said this last week, it makes me sick to my stomach, to the very depths of that
Mhm.
children
Yeah.
in there's only 5 in the whole state, 5 youth prisons are being sexually assaulted.
I
I'm
know.
sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Dang
No,
it.
essayed.
And being abused, being
Yeah. Imagine that.
emotionally. Imagine that. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Emotionally, physically, mentally, and no one was arrested. No one was criminally charged. I'm sick of that. That is really, really getting to me. That
Yeah.
the very people, why is it that if I, as a human being, if I had the care of a child
Mhm.
and I did any of those things, I would be arrested, I would be processed, I would go through the system, I would be
Mhm.
incarcerated, and I would have to parole out, and I would have to do all this crap.
Right.
But they're
And
not.
right. And not to say this is funny, but it's just a hypothetical. You don't really hear anybody speaking about this, but man, you turn on your phone or your internet, wherever you watch internet and watch videos, you see it's all over the internet on stuff like, I'm not going to bring his name up. People are very vocal about that kind of kid stuff, right? Very vocal. But you don't hear
about the incarcerated.
But
kids.
if it happens inside prison, it's hush hush. Or if it happens like somewhere else, like this war we're having currently overseas right now, a lot of innocent children have lost their lives over nonsense, stupid war. You don't hear nobody talking about that. But man, if somebody, right, but if somebody says something negative or something, if a case comes up and says, oh, guy did this to a child, guy did that to a child, it's all over everything. It's big news and big social media influencers are picking it up. And here's the sad thing, that obviously it's about money, because when they talk about stuff like that, it sells, it's propaganda, it's boom, boom, boom. But oh my God, what you just brought up, oh yeah, just shove it under the rug. It's okay.
What about the 300,000 kids that have gone missing out of the deportation, immigration?
That one too. That too.
Where are those children?
Where are those children?
Shipped to Epstein Island? The
Where are the
newest
children
Epstein version of it? Where are they?
Yeah, and great point.
Answers.
Right, and where is the children that came over the border?
They're missing. The ones I'm talking about. Where are they?
Yeah, they're missing.
Here in Texas that they put armbands on them with phone numbers and stuff, because that's who they've been sold to.
Mm-hmm.
That's the person that child has been sold to. And
we're
talking about kids from El Salvador, from Honduras. They're not all from. Most of them aren't even from Mexico. I mean, people are so uneducated about the border crisis and what that means.
It's stupid.
I live in Texas, folks. Just let me tell you, the people that are coming in.
Talk about denial.
Mexico, most of them.
Blind as a bat, but yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let's see what the chat says real quick. Rose said this: never hear about harm towards adults. Yeah, you never do. Absolutely not.
True. When they're doing it in the prison, like this certain individual that makes all those hate, which is a
Oh.
crime, hate videos, and they're calling him out. Listen,
Yep.
I've watched
Yep.
2 videos where 2 different individuals that knew him in prison said he's full of, you know,
I know he is. I think
bullshit.
I think he's nothing doing it for clout.
I think he might be doing it because he might actually be what he is claiming to hate so much, and I've seen that very often.
That's backed up by data.
Issues.
Yes.
I have seen that over and over and over again. So anyway, my thing is, if you're in prison, just so everybody knows, if you're in prison and you're going after somebody you think harmed children or whatever, one, you don't even know if they're innocent or not, number one. So stop it. Stop. Did everything that's on your jacket, did you do it? Did you do everything on your jacket? You just want to follow like a little, like the Pied Piper's little band of followers. You're just going to do it because what? For what? For your cred or whatever? Your bullshit?
Popularity.
You know, get on with that. Stop it. Yeah. Because let me tell you something. You essaying another man makes you look like a problem. I don't want you back out in society once you commit that act.
Right.
As a taxpayer that's paying for all this crap that they're doing in there, I don't want that anymore. And I'll get real vocal about it real quick. This person SAs people, whether they're in or out of prison, so they can SA your son, your husband, your uncle, your dad, because they choose to do that in prison because they think yada, yada, yada. And let me tell you something. When you're down on your knees before God, he's going to ask you why.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
It's over cred, really. Think God's going to care? Because you just SA'd one of his kids.
Yeah.
Sorry, had to.
No, you look. Texas Mom gave you basically a thumbs up. Preach at Tammy. Tammy, preach, and you can. You do a really good job at it.
Well,
nonetheless,
it irritates my soul because I know there's so many. There's a whole trend, and I know we need to do a podcast on this. I'd love to get some father rights groups up here, but there's a whole trend with the with where these people are going around during an ugly divorce or, messy, whatever, baby mamas, stuff, and I'm not hating on women because men do it too, but it's a whole lot the other way around. We're still in that old-fashioned thinking that fathers are not good to their kids bullshit. The mother, anything she says is right. That's not true. There are some good dads out there that love their children, that didn't do anything to the stepchild or their own child or a person in the family because there's some family drama going on.
Correct.
We need to get rid of the hearsay law because, one, how would you feel if you were a person that got incarcerated and lost your life and your livelihood and everything because somebody lied about you? And it couldn't be proven, but just because they went telling somebody or convincing their child to lie. You know what I mean? It happens.
Right.
We've proved it on this show time and time again.
Correct.
But, Jay, we need to focus on supporting your channel. And everybody that has bought shirts, we really appreciate you. Remember, he's got other merch. He's got coffee mugs. He's got, if you need a gift for a friend or something like that, that's pretty nice little gift to give as a mug or something, like that. That's personal but not personal, that supports you in your journey in supporting your loved one. So if you guys can reach out and look at this in our different messages.
Yes, and we've had pretty good sales so far. I've had I had Mark buy a few. I bought some for myself so I can wear them on the show for samples. I've had another friend that lives in another portion of Florida buy a couple, I think. So we're doing good with we're doing good now, and it's weird. I had a stall there, but we're doing good now. So if you guys can, everything's up for sale right now. Please do what you can to support this movement. I want to make this right here a major movement, guys. I really do. I want to make this thing go viral. Do what you can to support that if you can. I greatly appreciate it. Again, it's not about the money, guys. It's about the principle of this whole entire thing that we're trying to do here. Because, look, if all the hate can be spread around and go like that, why can't this? Why can't this? We can do it too. Let's spread it. Let's make this go major viral. Okay?
And that can apply to several things, not just this podcast, not just our mission. It can be about everything. Everybody that's ever incarcerated is judged. It needs to stop. We need it to stop. It needs to stop. The hate speech needs to stop. What are we teaching our children? We need to show them that we can be better and that we can grow and that they can be better.
Correct. Texas Mom says, I can't wait for mine. I'm keeping track of it. It's on its way. I don't know if you can track it yourself, Texas Mom, but just let you know it's on its way. I've been making sure everybody's getting their orders appropriate and on time. So thank you so much for ordering. I do appreciate you. So anyways, if you guys are interested in one of these shirts, I'm going to try to do this without before we go out of here, guys. This is what this thing looks like. And of course, obviously, you guys saw on the screen earlier, it comes in different colors. This is what it looks like. I wore this in a couple of my videos. I'm going to show you that here in a minute. But this is where we stand. And look, on the sleeve, it also has my, if I can get it to come up, it has my logo on the sleeve on both ends, guys. Obviously, there's nothing on the back. I didn't know what to say on the back, but this is it, guys. This is your chance right here, an opportunity to start a movement like everybody else is doing. I can't stand hate or any other kind of thing, including hate speech, discrimination, hate crimes, you name it. I don't want it. Not allowed here. It's not allowed here. So let's stop spreading it. Let's see. Texas Mom said this real quick. Yes, sir. Very quick turnaround. Absolutely. Thank you very much. I'll keep you updated and let me also know when you have it. And if you do get it, take a picture of it and show me you're wearing it. And I will share it on my channel if you want that. Thank you, Texas Mom. Anything you wanted to say before we bounce out of here, Tammy?
No, just thank you, everybody, for coming. And you can share the links to the shows. They do replay. You can share Jay's site. You can share the merch site. Everything. Please do let people know, because we're on a movement. We're on a train that's not going to get derailed. We're going to keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
You're always going to have haters, and we're just going to roll right over them and keep going.
That's all we can do. Technically, we want to get down to brass tacks, because we can't sit there and stoop down to their level. Even though, man, there's been many times I want to. Many times I wanted to, call that one guy out and do a thing on it. But man, he says himself. I
talk Jay off the ledge. I'm like, Jay, come down.
Oh, it's so tempting though, because me and my mouth though.
Get off of
my education level, my I don't want to say pride. I guess you can call his stupidity gets to me. And I want to call him out. But anyways, real quick, before we go, guys, I got a treat for you. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to it or watched it, but this is how I feel about this whole movement. I want you guys to see it. Here it is in its entirety. Let me know what you guys think. Here it is. 1 second. Come on. There it is.
Time to help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Sorry about the ads. Can't play. I can't do nothing. Sorry about the ad, guys.
A real killer.
Pay attention to this real quick, guys, and then we'll back out of here, and we'll see you on Friday.
Your volume. There it goes.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Jay here from Inside Out. As you guys can see, I got a pretty good, strong message that is right here in front of your face. And if you're wondering what's going on and where this came from and why I'm doing this, well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't know about you, but me, I am completely 110% just irritated as hell of all of the hate that's going on in this world, including
And as you guys can see, I'm sporting the new merch that just came off of my merch line. I'm going to issue a challenge out there to every single person that follows me. And I'm going to also issue a challenge, if you will, when it comes to see if this can also go trending like everything else is. Yeah, so 2 challenges, and I'm going to see if it'll work. Just because, we are living in a world right now, ladies and gentlemen, where believe it or not, there's a lot of garbage going down all over social media. Without going into too much detail, there's also a lot of hate too, a lot of this. So look, guys, if there is, something that you obviously can't stand, I can't stand, well, here's your chance and opportunity to show your support when it comes to stopping the hate, including hate speech. And there's a lot of big people out there spreading hate and doing their thing and getting away with it. So if they can start their little trends and do what they do, why can't I? So if you want to be a part of something and want to be a part of this great movement and help me to stop the hate, well, here's your chance to be a part of that. Let's go ahead and see how far and fast and wide and big this movement right here can get. This shirt right now is in the link in my bio right here on all my social media platforms. If you want to support this, go check it out right now. I don't think it's going to, you're going to be very displeased with what's going on here. All right. Plus, it's even right there on my sleeve on both ends. And ta-da! I just got this in today. I like what I see. Do you? So here's the challenge. Support me and stop the hate. Okay? That's including hate speech too, by the way. All hate's not tolerated, but neither is this. So again, if you guys like this type of content and you want to hear and see more of it, man, you know what to do. Hit that sub.
Well, there you guys go. What do you think about that message real quick, Tammy?
I think it needs to be spread far and wide and in between everywhere. That can signify a movement of change in a positive light. We're
Correct.
asking to put that bumper straight down and stop it. Stop it. Stop
I agree.
being mean. Stop playing the game. You coming out and acting like you're tough and you're this and you're that. What are you really trying to accomplish? I would rather go out of this world knowing that I did everything I could to be kind, loving, and make the world a better place.
Yeah.
Don't make the world a better place by being hateful. That didn't work out for the genocide and the mass incarceration, mass unaliving. That has never worked. It's never worked. And it never will. You cannot spread love and generosity and kindness with hate. The hate speech needs to stop.
Right, and you're correct. Right, and thank you, Texas Mom. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it comes and goes. YouTube's weird like that. I have 8 people in here now. There was 11. It's just, it happens. People come and go. But just let you know, too, that, again, there's a lot of big mouths. There's a lot of vocal, big mouths, big-winded, bad-winded individuals that really speak a certain type of language. But there's a thing that a lot of you out there don't know real quick, and I'll say this and we'll bounce out of here because I'm past my time. The thing that people don't know, believe it or not, guys, is that a person that talks big and mighty and hard is something you don't have to worry about. A person that talks quiet or is quiet or very little is the one you have to worry about. That's facts. So always remember that. Big and loud is not always big and intimidating. Always remember that. But that being said, Texas Mom said, let's keep spreading love and knowledge. Absolutely. Texas Mom, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you as always. And again, keep me updated when you get your shirt so I can see you wearing it. And I'll share it on my channel if you allow it. Let me to. Thank you so much for being here. Tammy, for you too also, thank you so much for being here and helping me doing this podcast. I appreciate the data and the information and thumbnails you help me with, so you are appreciated. With that being said, to Tin Man, thank you so much for doing what you're doing over there. Thank you so much for being there. Curtis, I will give you a buzz after the show. Thank you so much for being here, Curtis. Hope you're all right. Rose, over the big pond. Again, Rose, thank you so much for being here. Much love and respect to you too, as always. And reach out to me if you need to. I appreciate you. And of course, everybody else, you know who you are. The people that were in here but couldn't be in here much longer. Thank you guys, every single one of you, for being a big supporter and family in this great movement. I love and respect every single one of you guys. With that being said, Tammy, it's a pleasure and honor. You have a great night, and we'll see you on Friday.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Yep. Bye-bye, guys. You guys take care, and much love and respect. Again, don't forget to share this.
Absolutely.
Do what you guys can with this movement. I want to see how big this gets. So the challenge is on. So don't forget, guys, that I want to see if that challenge takes off. If you got a big following and you know who wants to, do that right there, you know what to do. Let's make it huge. Let's make it big like everything else is. With that being said, I'm your host, Jay. I will see you guys on the next one. Good night, everybody. Take care. Peace.